Today we have a very special guest. I don't think you've been on since we announced we were pregnant, I think. It's taken a lot. Huh?
It's been a minute.
It's taken a lot to get him on the channel. It's been at least 2 weeks that I've been asking to do this, and
no,
every day he's got something going on. Very busy. In quotes. Very busy. We have him here today. He has no idea what's going on, except he says he thinks we're going to be playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So my idea for today's video was that I'm going to quiz you on hair stuff, because I think there is a stigma around that anyone can do hair if they wanted to, and it's kind of like a fallback option. Not that you think that necessarily, but Adam always claims that because he's been editing videos and such a part of Ellebangs that he knows it, and therefore I should know his field of work. So he has not quizzed me on his field of work, but today we're going to be quizzing him on hair.
Sure.
So I have 10 questions with one bonus question. You only have to get 10 right to get a perfect score.
What do I get if I get
and
11 right?
You're not going to get 11 right. But if you get 10 right, you get to choose what you want. Do you want to name it now?
I feel like we keep coming back to that $1 million.
No one's mentioned $1 million except for you. But basically, yes, if you do get 10 right, you get to name what you want.
And if I get 9 right?
Then you're a loser.
No. If you're not first, you're last.
Right.
Official trademark of Ricky Bobby.
I really made the questions not like super easy, like a little challenging, but not to the point that I'm like trying to confuse you. Like the goal is I want you to succeed. I want you to get these right. And my goal or my hopes as a hairdresser wife is that you would get at least 7 right. I feel like I would be very disappointed if 12 years later you can't get above 7.
No, okay.
So 7 is the number to beat.
Bring it.
You have one bonus question.
And I can do all of them in 11 minutes.
Okay, let's start with this one. This is like a pro question. If I have damaged hair, should I avoid bleaching my hair altogether, or should I bleach only the ends?
Well, you should avoid bleach altogether. If you bleach the end, they're already damaged. So that's just going to be...
Okay, good job. That was one of the easier ones. Okay.
I thought it was a trick question because it seemed too obvious, but I was like, come on.
Does a toner lift
No.
/ lighten the hair?
No.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay.
Come on.
Let me change these questions.
Uh-huh.
Okay, if my hair is healthy and I want to brighten / lighten my hair 3 levels, should I use a 10 volume developer or a 40 volume developer?
If it's healthy, a 10 volume should be enough. For 3 levels. It's not like, you're not going like 7 levels. So a 10 would be okay. We have a crying baby behind us.
I know. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
For sure? You don't want to think about it? Phone a friend?
I mean, I would always use 40 volume, but no, it's a 10 volume is fine.
That is wrong. 10 volume lifts it 1 level.
Really?
That's why I even give you a hint. My hair is healthy. That means you could go the distance. You could use a 40 volume. 10 volume wouldn't give you at all the lift you're looking for then.
No.
Should you go get her? We've got 2 right, 1 wrong. Boo. Good morning. Are we all awake? Should we get rid of this? Are we going to play the game?
Bring it.
All right. So if my hair is blonde and I want to go dark, should I use a permanent color or a semi-permanent?
If it's blonde and you want to go dark, you can use a semi-permanent.
Not can, should, would. What would you use?
Semi-permanent. That's what you always
Is there
say.
a reason?
No, I would personally use a permanent just because it's more, better, awesomer. But you always say to use a semi-permanent, so I'm just going to go with...
Semi-permanent is the correct answer.
But if I were to go buy a box color, I would want all the permanent color with all the 40 volume, and then just...
Right, and then 3 months later, you're like, oh, I want those highlights for summer. And then what?
And then I just do that.
Well, the reason why you always go semi-permanent is because with permanent color, you're still going to have roots, and that color's still going to fade into a very non-pretty color. So you're still going to have to touch it up. So if you're still going to have to touch it up, why not do something that then later gives you options, right?
All right, point for Adam. Bing, 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 bing.
Right. This is my favorite question, the whole thing. Does a trim and a haircut cost the same thing?
Oh, does a trim and a haircut? No, of course not.
Or a haircut?
No, of course it wouldn't cost the same. A trim is just like a tip, 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 tip.
Is that your final answer?
Does a trim and a haircut cost the same?
Or a haircut, not and.
Well, you don't get both, do you?
Of course. So that's why it's or.
No, then the question would be, does a trim and a haircut cost the same thing? Because you only get one.
Oh, maybe. Sure.
Okay. Well, if you go in and I'm like, I just want a trim today.
Right.
Yeah, then you
So
fucking...
my price is going to be different?
No, then you're fucking charging for a haircut. Then it'll be the same price. But if you're getting like a service, and then you're like, if you're getting a color service, then you'll be like, oh, do you need a trim? Chip, chip, chip. Then you won't charge a full haircut price for that trim.
So what's the reasoning behind that?
It's just because you should get a trim. Because it'll make the color look better.
Well, the answer's wrong.
I fucking got that right.
No.
Yeah.
A trim is absolutely the same price as a haircut.
And I just said if you go in just for that, then it's the same price.
It doesn't matter if you go in just for haircut. It doesn't matter if you come in and it's your 7th service of the day. A trim and a haircut, I have to go through each hair, whether I take off this much or this much. I still have to cut it.
I get that.
So when you get your lawn cut and you say only take off 1 inch versus take off 7 inches, should it be the same price?
No, it's different.
It's not different, not in the hair world. And this is one of the biggest misconceptions, and I thought you've absolutely heard me reiterate this.
Well, my explanation was solid, though. I feel like I get that point.
No, it's not solid because you think like everybody else.
You said many times that I did a trim as well just because my color would look better. And I didn't charge more. I only charged a little bit for it.
Then that's a dusting. I have done a dusting as an add-on.
I call bullshit on that one. I want the point. Point. That's bullshit.
Well, you're not getting it.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
No, that's literally something. If you've been watching my channel, you've heard me talking about this. So clearly, you're just not listening.
I call bullshit.
Absolutely.
No, I get the point for that one. That's
you get to decide?
Yeah.
Well, guess what,
I had a solid explanation, and you've so many times.
So, it's just because you have a solid explanation for your lie. It doesn't... What level does blonde fall under? Now, I can give you a hint.
Like 7 and above.
So what are all the hair levels? What numbers do they go from?
Well, they go from a 1 to a, 12 or 11, but you only count till 10, and then super platinum is like an 11.
Correct. So what is blonde?
That's probably, I would say, I mean, that's multiple. It would be probably right there like an 8, 9, 10. No, probably 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. Let's say 9, 10, 11. But there's different definitions of blonde.
There's a technical. Millie, what do you think?
Blonde, I mean, so
Millie's like a level 7, 8 right now.
Yeah, and she's blonde right now. Yeah, I know you're going to say like a 6 or a 7, and I don't agree, so I'm going to say an 8. 7, 8. I'll say 7. I'll say 7 to 11.
Well, the answer is 6.
No.
Anything about... Okay, are you the master now? You make the rules?
I get the point, because I knew the system, and
I'll give you that one because you explained it, but you were so wrong.
Yeah, I get it.
Wow, pity point. Okay, this one should be easy, and there should be no hesitation. It should just be duh. Huh, Millie? Even Millie knows. If I want to cover my gray, which developer should I use?
10. Volume, you're just covering. You're just the lowest, because you're just covering with...
But it's gray, not brown.
But still, you apply the color. You're not trying to lift, so you don't need developer. You don't need lift.
Is that your final answer?
Oh. I mean, my answer is correct, but so you said you meant like making it into a trick question.
Yeah.
Okay, since you're saying, okay, you should use a 40 volume developer because you have to cover. No, it's stupid. No. So 10 volume, that's what. Okay, so we have to go, okay, 30 volume then. No, that's also wrong. 20 volume. Let's go for 20 volume. Okay.
What's your final answer?
20 volume developer.
Wow, that's the right answer. It was only the last one. 10 volume does not cover gray. Gray is stubborn and it needs to be fiddled with. It needs to be open.
I thought if I put a permanent color on, wouldn't it just cover it? Like, boom, with any volume developer.
10 volume makes it not permanent.
Oh.
20 volume and above is what makes it permanent. Wow, am I just giving
Look at me getting the point, though. That's good.
Wow, that was like a blind person that landed in the right place by mistake.
Well, you stole other points from me, so at least I won one back here.
I did not. No. That
you
one you got
one.
wrong.
The one of them you stole from me.
Honest and clear, you
one
lost
of them you,
like
one
a
of them
true loser.
One of them you stole from me.
I did not. That's cute.
Mealy.
He would try to bulldoze this one and make it his own. Something he knows not enough about. Okay. Of all the Olaplex treatments, which ones are salon treatments
1 and 2?
only? Wow, good job.
I know things.
What if it switched and now the number 9 was a salon treatment?
Nah, they would have told us.
Okay. Listen carefully to this one.
Yeah.
It's a very easy answer. It's just, and it's a this or that. So you have a 50-50 chance.
Okay.
But you have to listen carefully.
Okay.
Does bump the base mean to darken the hair under the highlights or to lighten the roots?
It means lighten the root. Wait, say the first answer again. I know it's the roots.
Does bump the base mean to darken the hair underneath the highlights? Or
underneath, when you say underneath the highlight, you mean all the way
like
down?
Before the highlights.
No, it's the roots.
Good job.
Yeah.
Tried to trick you. Which... So nice of you to join after your little nap. Which of these changes are we still unable to do to the hair entirely?
Ooh.
So in 2022, what is still
impossible?
Right.
Impossible?
So it is impossible to change the texture, the color, the length, or the density.
Well, you can change the length by cutting it. You can change the color by coloring it. The density, you can add like volumizing shampoo, but it doesn't change the density of the hair. So the density, of course, it just makes it more poof.
What about texture?
You can put texturizing bullshit in the hair, and you can frizz it and unfrizz it and double frizz it and half frizz it. So let's go for the
Good job.
C.
Adding a texture spray doesn't actually change the texture. Frizzing the hair doesn't actually change. The only way to change the texture of the hair is by getting a straight perm or a curly perm. Because that's actually, you'll wash the hair and it still locks in that different texture.
I had a perm, I know.
I know, I met him with a perm, you guys. Insert photo.
You gave me the perm.
I did.
Millie, did you get one right?
So this one is a scientific question. This was week 1 of cosmetology school.
Science me.
Is the hair cuticle...
The cuticle.
Not the cortex.
Oh,
the cuticle.
Not the medulla. Okay.
Is it the inner or the outermost part of the hair?
The cuticle is the innermost part of the hair. That the hair goes from.
Talking about hair, not nails. Is that your final answer?
Oh shit! I'm thinking about the follicle.
Cuticle.
The cuticle. Well, the cuticles would be on the nails. It's in here.
Right. We're talking about hair. So you didn't marry a nail tech.
Can I get a hint? No.
When the hair is chemically damaged, this part is affected.
Then it's the outermost part of the hair.
So I just gave you the answer.
I win with 12 correct answers.
You got 8 and a lot of help on that 9.
But I answered basically the ones I got wrong. I got 50% right, so I should at least get.
No, just because you say that doesn't.
So I technically get like 10.
If my hair is healthy and I want to brighten, lighten it, 3 levels, should I use a 10 or a 40 volume? You said 10. That was wrong, as wrong gets.
No, I said I would use a 40, but you would use a 10. And then, okay, so you would use...
didn't say that.
Yeah, I said that I would...
Okay, we have it on tape, so let's rewind.
I mean, I would always use 40 volume, but no, it's a 10 volume is fine.
That is wrong.
10
10 volume lifts it one level. Why do you keep moving her around? Millie, do you have anything to say? Hi, Angel.
Look at the camera, Millie. Look here.
We're done.
All right. Well,
So anyway,
I win 10 points. Good job, me.
Thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't. And do you have any final words?
Next time we do design and graphics and editing shortcut quiz.
My audience will love that.
Yeah.
Okay.